Welcome Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers to your, there you are. Okay, sorry. Welcome to your May 2023 love reading. So we're going to get where you guys are for your relationship and then, or situationship, whatever connection you're in, what each of you is thinking and feeling, and then actions or intentions towards each other. So we have the Star reversed here, which of course is your card. And then we have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I hope you guys have had a good week. We're going to start with your person here, Aquarius. So what's in Aquarius's, what's in their headspace? So we have the Three of Pentacles with the Magician. In their heart space is the Five of Wands reversed. And their actions or intentions towards you. We have the Five of Cups again. Just going to make sure you can see all of these. And then their actions or intentions towards you. We also got the Seven of Swords, Three of Wands, and King of Cups. So, Aquarius. What's going on in Aquarius's head and in their heart? Intentions. Okay. So we do have the Eight of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, and then your actions or intentions, we have the Chariot, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Cups here. So Aquarius. For some reason, it actually feels like there's some anger and frustration coming from you towards this person. Sorry, one moment, please. Sorry about that, Aquarius. So, it just kind of feels like there's, the cards are talking about, it seems like there's some real frustration coming from you here. It feels like there's a situation here that you may have been focused on. And I actually feel like it's almost like, oh, you're just going to take your hands off it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so much frustration, and it feels like you're throwing your hands up in the air because the person that you're dealing with, it's like you just can't even figure out what the heck they want, right? And it really does feel to you, I'm going to be honest, Aquarius, excuse me, it does feel like you're leaving some sort of door open to this person. And I feel like to a certain extent in your head, it's almost like you can kind of see that something is starting to come to fruition. But I feel like the amount of, it's like either mixed signals, or it just feels like this person's all over the map. And I feel like they are, to a certain extent, relatively disconnected from you in a way that, it's almost like you just can't quite figure them out, is kind of what I'm getting here. So, on your person's end here, we have the Magician and the Three of Pentacles. And of course, the Magician talks about that being in that manifesting energy. And then the Three of Pentacles here talks about putting in the work. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like this person is trying to manipulate the situation. Not with, it doesn't feel, maybe they are, I don't know. I feel like this person's trying to manipulate the dynamic here so that you'll pursue them, so that you'll put the work in. It's like they keep trying to give you these little tidbits, or these little, I guess you could say, the crumbs that, and they want you to kind of follow the trail to them. And they seem to really feel that they're going to be able to accomplish that. They also seem to feel that if there's other people that are, interested in you, or if there's other options for you, they seem to feel that them being the prize at the end of that yellow brick road is going to be enough. It's almost like they're trying to do more in the 5D than they are in the 3D to get your attention. It feels like this is the type of person they do seem to feel like they're into, you know, the whole spiritual realm and spirituality. But I feel to a certain extent that it's like they actually are into it to the extent that it's almost like it gives them an air of superiority, at least to them. It's like they seem to think that they understand things more than they do. And I feel like um, what I'm picking up from you anyway, is that they don't. Whatever it is that they think they know about you, they don't. Because if they knew what they needed to know about you, I feel like they wouldn't act the way that they do. I feel like this person is terrified of love. I feel like they are wanting to run from it. It's like part of them wants to run, part of them wants to stay, and I feel like their heart seems to be very tender, and I feel like they may kind of like lean into a chaotic energy almost to kind of disconnect from their heart space. It's almost like they may, I feel like this person may use the fact that they, struggle with anxiety as a crutch. And now let me flesh that out. Please don't judge what I've said until I finish the sentence. Not that it is or that people use it that way, but I feel like to a certain extent, this person, they may use it. How do I say this? I feel like this person, in their own mind, okay, uses the fact that they have anxiety to kind of justify certain things that they do and don't do, feeling like people should just deal with all of it. And like, of course, if this person's struggling with anxiety or depression or any kind of mental health concern or whatever, right? Just like any other health concern, then it's valid. It just kind of feels like this person seems to expect some sort of free pass because they have this kind of like get out of jail free card, or at least in their own mind. It feels like the kind of energy of somebody that, let's say, for example, I'm going back to when, this is just how I'm relating to the energy, so please take it as it resonates. When I was young, I don't even want to admit this, but I stole one of those little 5-cent gums from the corner store. And my mom caught me and obviously made me go back and apologize and give it back. And I never did it again because it felt terrible. And I feel it's like this person wasn't caught using it as an excuse, and now they know that it's like it's always a backup plan. They can always kind of fall back on that. And I feel to a certain extent that people may have kind of given them, maybe at a certain time they needed that kind of leeway, but I just feel like they're really taking advantage of it now, and they lean on it as a crutch in that sense. I just wanted to be really clear about that because I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression of, I almost want to say like of my perception of mental health stuff or whatever. So I just want to be really clear about that. Not that anyone cares about my perception, but anyway. So I feel like this person, I feel like there's someone that's always at war with themselves. That's why they're always ready for an argument. That's why they're always ready to kind of like pop off or mouth off or talk some shiz. Because I feel like at any given time, it's like there's just several different, I'm almost seeing it as kind of like a library, but it's one of those giant libraries where there's several people working there and they have to climb up on the ladders to go and get certain books. And it's almost like nobody can decide which section of the library is the most important. But they all think that theirs is the most important. And I feel like the same way that this person's heart is kind of at war with itself, I feel like their mind is also. Now, I think we're going to get into their actions or intentions after we go through what's kind of going on with your head and heart here. So, I feel like with you here, you're you're kind of looking at the situation. You know what? It's kind of driving me crazy that I feel like the lens here is a little bit dirty. So I'm just gonna pause the video, clean it off, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, Aquarius. So I feel with this combination for your head and heart, yeah, it does seem a little bit clearer, doesn't it? I feel like you do seem to want to kind of see where things go, or like maybe not make the first move, but it's like you seem to want to keep some sort of door open or keep an eye on the situation. But I also feel that it's like whatever it is here that you are pursuing with this person, it feels like it's lost a lot of its luster. It feels like it's lost a lot of the draw, a lot of the, oh, this might be nice sort of thing. It's almost like you're kind of handing this person something or handing them, I guess, an opportunity with you. But it's like as you hand it to them, you're kind of turning your head away and closing your eyes, right? Because it's almost like you kind of don't... it just feels like you don't really want to see... I actually feel like you kind of expect to be left in... It's not that you're pursuing somebody that doesn't want you or da-da-da-da-da. It just feels like there's something here that... that it's like you half expect this person to do... Hold on for a sec. I don't know why I'm stumbling so much here, Aquarius. I apologize. I can't even speak now. It's like this person seems to be a bit of a wild card. You don't really know what to expect with them. And it's almost like you're about to throw in the damn towel with this one. You know what I mean? It's like if whatever happens kind of recently nothing happens to it, it's almost like you're going to take that pentacle, throw it on the ground, and walk away. And I kind of feel like if this person doesn't get their act together, they're going to lose out on any chance of ever being close to you. So, your actions or intentions towards this person. We have the Chariot, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Cups. I feel like to a certain extent, it's almost like you feel that you don't have, not the right, but like almost like valid reason or I want to say the right to be frustrated with this person. I don't know why I'm stumbling. I'm sorry, Aquarius. I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt. It's almost like you see this situation and this person as like trying to try one more time, I want to say. I feel like I'm not really connecting to the read very well, and I'm sorry if that's the case, but I'll let you know now. I'm trying. I feel like I'm not really getting the messages. I feel like this person, it's almost like if they do, or if they already have, if they come around acting like nothing's happening or nothing's happened, I feel like that actually is pretty frustrating to you. It's very invalidating to you. It's like, it's almost like it kind of puts you in a position where you feel like the two of you are going to go head to head rather than almost like have a nice conversation. And I feel like this person does seem to be coming in with some sort of offer. But it does feel to you that I want to say, hold on for a second. It feels a little insulting to you, whatever it is that they come in with. It feels like it's almost like the external you, I want to say like the softer part of you, will kind of take that offer internally and kind of see, almost like present it to the inner you that's in charge, I want to say. And I feel like the inner you, it's almost like part of you is glaring at the other part of yourself for even having kind of accepted that, or like even listened to whatever offer came in. You know what I mean? It's almost like please don't take this the wrong way, because it's not meant, it's not that you're, being judgmental of yourself, but it's almost like the logical, fact-based reasoning part of you is looking at the dreamy romantic part of you being like, what are you doing? It just feels like there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of, almost like if your heart had more self-control or whatever that is, it's like you wouldn't be in this mess in the first place. I feel like there's times where you wish you never met this person. I feel like there's times where it's like you wish you didn't know that they existed so you could kind of go on about your happy life without having to deal with all this. Not that you wished, ill will on them or that they didn't exist. It's just you wish you didn't know that they existed, because I feel like there's something about this person that, not that you're in hot pursuit of them, but it's like you feel to a certain extent that you may need more information to make the right decision. And I feel like the longer you look at this offer and the longer you kind of not listen to, but hear your romantic, dreamy side out, it's almost this energy of like, oh, fine, we'll go, we'll try. You know what I mean? And it does feel like it's something, I'm hearing like a hike or bowling or something. It's something that this inner you, at face value, the knee-jerk reaction is like, no, I don't want to do that. But I feel like on the way there, and when you're actually doing it, it does seem enjoyable. It just feels like there's a bit of resentment about it when you're actually doing it. It's almost like because of what it took to get there. And I feel like that part seems to be that this person is acting like nothing's happened. At least to you. Or that's what you're being presented with. So for your person, we have the Five of Cups here. And then this is a really interesting combination. We have the Seven of Swords, which of course talks about rejection and, betrayal, deceit. Not the greatest card, right? And then we have the Three of Wands, which talks about waiting for your ships to come in. I'm going to drop these cards if I don't find a better way to hold them. Hold on. Any more than two, and I seem to really struggle holding them. Excuse me. And then we have the Three of Wands that, oh, for God's sakes, that talks about, I think I'm just going to sit on this side of the, yeah, that's a little better. Then we have the Three of Wands, which talks about waiting for your ships to come in, feeling like you've made enough progress to have manifested things, but now it's like you've planted all the seeds, you've fertilized it, you've sowed everything, you're watering it, and now it's just a matter of taking care of what you've built so that it can grow. And I feel like this person, they actually seem to be bringing in an offer that's less than what they have to give. And I feel like it's, you might not want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It feels like it's one final test from this person. And I feel like there's somebody that, all of a sudden there's some sort of like gnat or something. Sorry about that. I feel like for those of you that are in your vehicle, if you're driving while you're listening to this, it's like you just kind of, it's almost the energy of somebody like one hand on a drink, one hand on the steering wheel, and you hear that and you're like, oh, goodness sakes. It's just this like, oh, this is ridiculous. And I feel that this person seems to have leveled up. I feel like this Seven of Swords actually was them lying to themselves. And I actually feel like this person's been waiting for another shot. And I feel like it's almost like they don't want to admit to themselves, not that they don't want, that they don't want to admit to themselves how much they want you. That's why they're coming in with this kind of like, almost this like BS offer just to kind of test the waters, see if you're interested, see if like, whatever's going on sort of thing. And I don't really know why they're doing that. I'm going to be honest. It's a little bit confusing. it's almost like this person will send some sort of like emissary over. And I feel like it's like they're pretending, or not pretending, but like all of their external, or how they're presenting themselves, it's all focused on themselves and what they're doing and what they're building. But I feel like there's this big thing in the back of their mind that's wondering what's going on with this and what's going on with you. And excuse me, it's almost like a little birdie told them something, but I feel like in this case it's a little fishy. Not like it's a little fishy, like, oh, it's sus. It feels more that it's like, I feel like they half expect you to reject the offer. And it's almost like that seems to carry a certain relief with it for this person. Because it's like, if you reject the offer, then like, well, they tried. It's like that's their energy. But I actually feel like even if you reject it, I feel like neither of you is going to get away from this energy anytime soon, for some reason. And I feel like, I almost want to say, you may be closer to writing this person off than they are to writing you off. Okay, let's say that for sure. But it does feel that it's almost like in order for you to kind of even listen to what this person has to say, I feel like you want to get to know them better. There seems to be something here that it's like, going back to the cards we're saying, that like you feel like you don't have enough information with this Page of Pentacles, right? It's like, I feel like you know that there's something that you're not aware of. You know what I mean? It's this energy of like, there's something going on, but it's almost like you can't quite figure it out. And they seem to be somebody that is rather secretive. And I feel like there's something about your energy towards them that you seem to want to help them with something. But from what I'm seeing here, Aquarius, if there's any more nonsense with this person, I feel like you'll be done with them. Whether there's that energetic connection and the two of you kind of are still feeling each other's energy or not, from what I'm seeing, I feel like you're going to be done with them. And even as I'm saying that, I'm kind of feeling like, hold on for a second. You may be done with them to a certain extent, but it's like, but not done. It's almost like if something doesn't happen between the two of you, it seems to feel that both of you are under the impression, or are kind of getting this energetic thing where it's like that you'll eventually run into each other again. So I'm going to pull some advice here, because this reading is confusing the crap out of me. So, can we get some advice for Aquarius? So we have the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Queen of Cups with the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords kind of came out sideways. So, you know what it feels like? And I'm not trying to be facetious or I don't know how to say this. When I say what I'm about to say now, it's not to paint this person in a negative light, okay? But it almost feels like if you would like to see where this is going with this person, you kind of have to approach them like they're a baby deer that's about to jet off into the woods. Because this is the Queen of Cups, and of course, in the oh my gosh! Oh, sorry, I'm just seeing that we have the King, Queen, and Knight of Cups. Anyway, it just feels like there's this energy here where this person needs a lot of love, and it feels like it's that kind of like long withstanding, not unbreakable, but it's almost like unstoppable love. I feel like this person would need you to be this kind of, it's almost like an overpowering, overwhelming force, but not in an overpowering or overwhelming way. Um, Again, I'm sorry if this isn't making a whole lot of sense. In that, it's almost like, may not be the actual situation, it's almost like this person hasn't had a steady force or a steady anything in their life. And it's almost like you seem to have, it's almost, hold on. You seem to have that kind of emotion or that kind of energy going towards this person. And I feel like that's why they're kind of toying with it. It's almost like they want to see if it's real. And I kind of feel like saying, like, I don't know why they're looking a gift horse in the mouth or why they're toying with something that is actually what they want, because I feel like in the past people may have presented themselves to this person as everything they want, and they weren't discerning enough, right? So it's like they've learned to kind of pull things apart in order to get to the bottom of it, to make sure that people are who they say they are, or that they're going to act how they are acting now. But I feel like with you, it's almost like it feels too real. So I feel like they might be. So for you, it feels like you kind of have to, or not that you have to be, but that kind of like steady, steadfast energy that's kind of trying to approach a baby deer. And I feel like this person seems to look at you in the same way, almost like you're this animal that they're trying to pet in the woods, and they're just trying to come towards it ever so gently, ever so slowly, not to kind of like freak the animal out, so that they just kind of jet off like some sort of gazelle. Um, and I feel like with this, so what's interesting about this Knight of Swords card is that in the regular deck, it talks about someone that's really impulsive, that kind of rushes in. The imagery on this card is kind of crap, right? We all have eyes, we can see that. I apologize if you, whatever, you know what I mean. The imagery on the card is not good, right? It looks like there's a real power dynamic that that's also being made public. And I feel like there's something about this situation that it's like, it's important that you keep certain energetic happenings between the two of you to yourself. And I feel like it's almost like if you keep those to yourself, as more information is revealed, I feel like you'll be able to kind of make that decision either way. And I feel like this card actually talks about like pursuing someone and then being pursued, and then that kind of thing has to be like it has to stop eventually. And I feel like, you know what it feels like at the end of the day? You may have expressed interest in this person. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but whatever it was, I feel like you may have known exactly what you wanted, but this person, like, not really trusting themselves, not really knowing but not knowing, right? It's like they know, but they don't want to see it. They don't want to admit it to themselves. It's almost like the energy of somebody that's finally made it, and they're terrified of feeling like they've made it, because it's like then they have to stop. Not like stop, achieving and moving and that sort of thing, but it's like, it's almost like somebody that has been running a race their entire life, and they finally reached the finish line and they crossed the thing, and it's almost like they don't know how to live without running. And they seem to have pumped the brakes for you somehow. I feel like it's almost like they need to be shown how to how to kind of live that way, how to live differently. So, I think I'll leave it there, Aquarius. Apologize. I'm thoroughly confused. Okay. So I apologize if the reading didn't make sense. I hope that it did. I hope that this message reaches the Aquarians or Aquarius that it needs to. It may be very specific. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.